that will be done between Daniel, that you know him from the very first opening session today, and myself. So bear with me because I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, you should see my screen now. Okay, so now I should be in presenter mode.
Thank you, Jennifer. So now in this specific part of the symposium, we are going to share with you the most relevant tools that the company is offering that we consider that will be relevant in order to provide you with interesting knowledge and concepts in the area of nutrition. We move to the next slide. Here we have classified the different tools. One part regarding Purina Institute, that is the part that I'm going to cover, will be covered by me, where I'm going to select and introduce to you some tools that we consider that are relevant in order to bring you knowledge in the area of nutrition in general. And on the other side, Jenifer will be covering different tools in the area of Purina Pro Plan that are more dedicated to guide to the veterinarians, the vet community, in order to make the best choice depending on the patient, depending on the condition. Next, please. So in my previous introductory session, I was explaining that the role of the Purina Institute is really to transform all the science or our scientific knowledge in something that is relevant, understandable by the veterinary community. But before the launch of the Purina Institute, we tried to understand really how the pet owners are considering nutrition, what are the sources of information they are considering in order to gain knowledge and understanding about the best nutrition to be provided to their pets. Next slide. And for that, we run a market research involving a significant amount of pet owners, dogs and cat owners, and asking to them what is the source of information in the area of nutrition they are really looking for. And we can see that the preferable source of information comes from veterinarians and veterinary staff. So that positions the clinic, the veterinary clinic, as the preferable source of information. If we move to the next slide, we can see that also it's important to remark that in terms of trust, the pet owners consider that the information that they are receiving from the clinicians is the most trustful source of information. What put the clinic as the most important area in terms of educating the pet owners. So considering that the Purina Institute selected different tools in order to bring and to make accessible all the science that we have been created, and making this in a very understandable and practical way. So one of the assets we are offering, and is free access, is our website. Here you can see a skeleton. The website structure is very user-friendly. From left to right, we can see the information is classified depending on the different conditions. We have information in the area of cardiology, gastroenterology, cognitive, endocrinology. We are putting special attention to the molecular nutrition because we consider that is an area that is going to bring a significant innovation. In the second pillar, we can see the microbiome area that is in expansion, because we are sure that all the interventions in the area of gastrointestinal impacting the microbiome area is going to have a potential benefit in the different organs and systems of the animal. So you want really to be updated on that area. Purina is working a lot, and we are running a lot of webinars, seminars, and producing different documents. Center Square, I will explain a little bit later. And the last column is very interesting because we are gathering all the symposiums or the webinars that we are organizing along the year. Most of them are simultaneously translated and accessible on demand. You can access to them. You can watch them at any time. Next one. And going now to Central Square, that is one stop source of information, trying to support you, future veterinarians, in order to solve the most frequent questions that you could receive from the pet owners. Next. So just to guide you a little bit where you can find this tool, you can go to purinstitute.com, the official website that is free access. You can see the red arrow indicating where you can find the Center Square. You can click Center Square and you will go to the tool. And now in the next slide, we can see a brief introduction regarding the principal benefits.
As you're discussing nutrition with your clients, you're asked many different questions every day. When it comes to nutrition questions, you want to provide credible answers backed by science. Introducing Center Square from the Purina Institute. Created for veterinary professionals, Center Square is an easily accessible toolkit of resources that facilitates client-friendly nutrition conversations. You'll find the most up-to-date science on nutrition all in one place. Convenient tools and concise key messages that are easy to convey to clients. You can also search within a broad range of nutrition topics. Center Square makes it easy to share resources with your clients. You can download, print, or email for nutrition conversations backed by science. So whether you have 5 minutes or 30 minutes, you will find knowledgeable, practical pet nutrition advice on Center Square from the Purina Institute. Together, we can shape the nutrition conversation and help pets live their best life.
Now, just to explain a bit how the information is classified inside of Center Square. And you can see in this image, we have different pockets. The first one, life stage nutrition, gives recommendations depending on the life cycle of the animal or the conditions, pregnancy, lactation, or nutrition for puppies, kittens. The second box is more when you have any specific situation where you need a specific recommendation from a nutritional perspective, for example, weight management. The third pocket, therapeutic nutrition, is more when you have any pathology or problem, gastrointestinal issues, endocrinology, pathologies, and so on. Understanding the pet food is a very interesting pocket because we need to recognize that the pet nutrition is highly influenced by the human nutrition. And probably you're going to receive a significant amount of questions coming from the pet owners that sometimes are very complicated to be answered. If we move to the next slide, we'll see that this specific section is bringing simple documents, fact sheets, covering the most frequent hot topics that pet owners can raise to you. For example, what about homemade diets or raw food or different components as part of the diet? So those documents have been translated into different languages, a total of 6-7 languages. So you can share those perfectly with your clients. Another section is nutritional clinical assessment tools. Very interesting section because we are providing you with practical assessment tools that are validated, so or the official ones. For example, we have the body condition system that was making a reference to this before. That is very visual and helps you to really to educate the pet owners about the importance to maintain a proper weight for dogs and cats. Also, the diet story in order to make sure that you are formulating the proper questions and running a complete formulary in order to gather all the information that is necessary in order to provide the most adequate recommendation from a nutritional perspective. And also we have also the cognitive dysfunction syndrome evaluation formula that gives you an idea about the condition status of the animal. So this section is very interesting because it provides you with those assessment tools, but also is guiding you about how to use the tool, how to interpret the results, and how to communicate the results to the client. And the last but not the least, the nutrition conversations. That is a very interesting session because it comprises a significant amount of pills, short videos of around 3 minutes that are very educational, very instructive, giving you an idea about, for example, how to maintain an effective conversation with your clients. So as you can see, a lot of information are part of Center Square. And in order to give you the option to obtain quick as possible the information, you can go to the searching box on the top of the menu. You can type the keywords, and the system is going to make a selection, providing you the most relevant resources, trying to cover your needs. This is about Center Square. But what is coming also from the Purina Institute? So as Cecilia Villaverde was mentioning, Purina Institute is very active creating some publications. So in 2024, we introduced this fantastic book that is one of the most updated books in the area of nutrition. This specific book is covering all the most frequent pathologies where nutrition plays a role. We involve more than 40 international keywords in order to make sure that all the information is relevant across the globe. Just so you can scan the QR code, there you can register and you will receive a link to download the book. But this year, in September this year, we launched a new book involving a significant amount of international experts, different sections covering different conditions, different circumstances, and we involve specialists in the different areas. So I recommend you to go to scan the QR code, or you can go to the web page. Here you can see in the green arrow indicating the sign up page. You can go, you can register, and you receive a link to download the different books in a PDF interactive version. And with that is all. I'm giving the floor to Jenifer Molina.
Thank you, Daniel, for this nice view of the Center Square and the Purina Institute tool. So now we go to the Purina ProPlan tools as well. And one of the key tools that I have been talking already a little bit, right, is the Vet Center, okay? So basically, the focus that we have with the Vet Center is empowering, in this case, for you young veterinarians and veterinary health professionals as well, in the career development, the professional growth, but as well to assist you with some tools that maybe can be useful now as a vet student, because you have your own pets, or you can start using them already, or when you are a vet, okay? You are going to see that the links are going to appear as well on the chat. So this will be the Vet Center EU. I'm going to, afterwards, I'm going to go one by one, okay? Then we have as well the canine cognitive assessment scale. I will explain you later. And as well the water intake calculator and the feeding intake calculator. So if we go to the Vet Center in general, vetcenter.eu, okay? So here you can have some resources like congresses, resources where we have gone to European congresses. You can have there as well some resources. From our symposiums as well, you can enter, then you will see that we have some, the materials, the recordings, etc. And then we have the cognitive assessment tool that I'm going to share with you now, and the water intake calculator are there as well. So when you go down on this Vet Center, you are able to see that we have the Vet Center in all these languages, okay? So the only thing you have to do is to click in your country, let's say, or your language, or how you want to see it, and then you will go to the Vet Center of the country, okay? There, here you have some explanations as well on what you can find there on the Vet Center, but yeah, as I was saying, when you click, you can go, you see, we have clicked in UK, you go to the Vet Center in the UK, okay? So, then the second part of Vet Center, we have entered now in the Vet Center, and then we can see as well that there are some news, right? So the page has some news on webinars, for example, that we can be doing. The student symposium that we have today was there as well. So then, well, you have a welcome, of course, as well explaining that we have CPD accreditations, the student symposium again that it's appearing, and then you have the Vet Academy, where you have I'm a nurse, I'm a vet, I'm a student. When you click on I'm a student, you will go to the Young Vets landing page that we have seen now, okay? There you have as well the key webinars, for example, last webinars that we have had. The product ranges, you have as well there the product ranges, so you can see them. The feeding calculator, in this case, for example, you can click from here, or you can click from the tools that we have above as well. Some news that you can see as well. And then, yeah, so this is just news congresses where we have been going, etc. Then some videos on webinars or just content on different videos. And now we have as well the symposium that we are having today. If we go to the in-clinic tools as well, you see that you have the tailor feeding calculator, canine cognitive assessment scale. We are going to see it now, water intake calculator as well. But you have the vet product guides. Okay, so if you go to this vet product guide, for example, you will see that you will be able as well to download the PDF, the vet product guide. So we have there all our products. This is just an example on how it goes, but you can download it. So there you have as well all our products and all the information. Okay, perfect. What else? Inside the Vet Academy, as I was saying, you have as well, you are a vet students, you have the news, the events, the products again, and the Purina Institute. So from here, from the Vet Center, you can click as well to the Purina Institute site, and then you will go inside the Purina Institute one. Okay, that is what Daniel was explaining just now. Okay, good. Then if we go to the first tool, that is the Canine Cognitive Assessment Scale. Basically, this tool has been done by experts in behavior. So by, well, diplomates indeed in behavior, not only experts, I would say, for us, for Purina, okay? And basically what we want is to easily recognize with different questions that you will be seeing now, if the dog or the cat of your client or your dog has any kind of cognitive decline. Dogs, sorry, I said dogs and cats, but it's dogs. So first of all, you need to select the language, okay? So you can have it in different language. I will select Europe, and then here you will need to add some details, like the date that we have to date, the pet name, the age, okay? I have just put, you know, one example, the breed, okay, as well. That was my dog. And then what is eating, okay? And then with that, you will need as well to answer some questions on disorientation, sleep-awake cycle, social interactions. So you will see. And you have to mark if this behavior is happening never, once a month, once a week, or almost every day. And then depending on that, I am just doing now one example. I was very quick because it was just for doing the example, okay? But then with that, in social interactions, in learning and memory, activity level, and anxiety, which are the key parts, you will have the final punctuation, okay, for your dog. Then now it's lacking anxiety, we go to anxiety, then we calculate, and with that you have, okay, the score is that has mild cognitive impairment. So the recommendation that we have for that is our diet that it's neurocare, okay? Then as well, if you click to download, you can have as well kind of the general report, okay? So you will have as well, clicking to download, you will have as well the general report. I just downloaded it and you can see it, that you go and here you have the general report on the date of all the data from the animal, the score and the diet. Okay, then we have the next one, that is a water intake calculator. We were seeing as well how important, and Carla was mentioning as well, together with Maria, no, how important it's water intake. But sometimes we don't know how much our dog or cat should intake of water, right? So then we did these tools for exactly this, for helping owners on knowing how much water their pets need. Then again, you select your language, and then you can go directly there, and then you say, okay, I have a dog, I have a cat, which is the age, the weight, because we need the weight as well, the size of the breed, if it's a spayed or neuter. Here I put just an example as well. So we have, in this case, 9 years. Well, the months they ask as well, if you know, but the 9 years dog, that it was weighing this 18 kilos and X grams, okay, fine. And then, yeah, you have to put as well the size of the breed, if it's medium, if it's a spayed or neuter, the activity level, if it's a pregnant or lactating, that then will need more. As well, you need how much the pet is eating or not. Depending on that, then it will calculate in one way or the other, okay? In this case that we didn't know, it has been calculated through the general requirements, let's say, and then you see here that this is the amount that this dog needs. Then you have as well some kind of recommendations for increasing water intake. And yeah, and basically that's all. Perfect. Then for the water intake calculator. Then we have the tailor feeding calculator, okay? And this we have live in all these countries that appear here. So this tailor feeding calculator, as we were saying, you have the vet center, you have to go to in-clinic tools, and then you go to the tailor feeding calculator. And here you enter to the program, okay? Again, you have some, not recommendations, but statements on how it works, okay? That I will not go through it now, that we don't have the time, but then you select, okay, now I have a cat, which is the breed of the cat, how many years the cat has, months, if you know as well, male, female, spayed, neutered, okay? Then the current body weight, the ideal body weight, if you know as well. Okay, 5.5. And then the body condition score, in this case, it's an obese or an overweight cat. Okay, so then I said, okay, you put this and then you can click as well the weight adjustment program. And with that, it will appear. So then when you go to this clinical diagnosis, you can put obesity here, no? That will be what it's happening. And then with this, you put the pet's name, because then you are going to have a report as well. You put the pet name, the cat name, clinical record, how many meals per day do you want? And then as well, it allows you to select, no? It's recommending already OM from our side, okay? We select OM from dry, OM from wet. And then we select, for example, as well, 40 floor. okay, because we want to give as well Fortiflora to the pet. So then we go here, you already have the recommendation, okay? And then you can adjust, okay, on the wets, how much you want, because there's people that say, no, I only want to add 1 pouch, or I want to add 2 pouches per day. So it depends on how much wet do you want to add. Then you go to generate, and then it appears that it's the whole report, let's say, on what we were saying, all the data from the animal as well, how many meals per day you have selected, and then here the recommendation as well. Below you have the recommendation on the foods, okay, that is what you has selected from what the program has recommended. And then below you will have as well a table on, okay, how much this animal should be losing per week. Okay, it depends as well if you go to the 0% of loss per week or 2%. Okay, and then probably this will be something in the middle what we need to achieve. Okay, something in the middle of these 2 lines. Okay. Perfect. So then, and then as well, you can give this to the owner, and then as well they can say, okay, the next follow-up will be here, 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 and they can put there as well the weights. Okay. Good. So this is the tailor feeding calculator. And endly, we have the nutritional protocols for finalizing, okay? So, well, basically, just to explain, so these nutritional protocols is basically to select as well the diet, okay? So you add some information on the case that you have, and then it will allow you to understand which diet you need to give, okay? So again, we go to in-clinic tools, we go to these nutritional protocols, you remember below the vet product guide that we mentioned before, and we download this, okay? Because this is a clickable PDF, okay? So we download it, and then now I start clicking just the PDF, okay? So then I say, okay, I have a dog, okay, what this dog has. So then I say, okay, it's a gastrointestinal condition. And then I say, okay, it has diarrhea and vomits. Has the patient experienced significant hyporexia or anorexia for more than 3 days? We said no. So does the patient have small or large bowel signs? I say, okay, it has large bowel signs. When we click, you can click as well if you want to know more. You can click here. Then it's a small bowel signs. Okay, so then you go to the EN, okay? Then it explains you about what is the diet about as well. And then, for example, say, okay, and I would like to check the probiotic range that you have. You go and then you check the probiotic range. And when you want to come back again to the beginning, you have this house here on the bottom right, and then you come back again to the beginning. Okay, so this is another tool as well, very nice. We have it for the moment now for gastrointestinal disease, but we are going to be having them for the rest of the conditions as well. So you will have it available for more conditions. Okay, and this is everything that I wanted to share with you regarding the tools for Purina Pro Plan. I'm not sure if there is any question now, but I think that regarding timing, we are going, because we are some minutes late. So I think that we can pass to the next section. That will be the room.